I want you to imagine this. I'm going to paint you a picture with a hint of dystopian to it. Fast forward 5 years. Advances in AI are exponential. You're hearing about job losses all over the world. Jobs that you never would have imagined being replaced by AI. Even your local McDonald's is done by AI. At least they don't mix up your order anymore. But anyway, you heard that the local pub has a trad session on that evening. You pack your fiddle and the bodhrán and pile yourself into a self-driving car. You arrive at the pub and in you go. You order your pint of Guinness. As the pint is being poured, you hear trad music, but there's nobody around. Scratching your head, you ask Johnny the barman. Yes, it's the same Johnny that was trying to attract a younger crowd by playing Nicki Minaj in a previous video that I did. But now, Johnny has replaced all regular trad musicians with AI because he's fed up giving out free pints. This sounds absolutely crazy, doesn't it? There's no chance in hell that AI will ever replace trad musicians and destroy the culture of Irish music, right? My heart tells me that it's literally impossible, but my head isn't too sure anymore. I'll give you an example. A band called Velvet Sundown, which was like a 60s inspired rock and roll band, 1 month after its debut on Spotify, it earned 1 million listeners. But one of their songs as well, Dust on the Wind, it hit the #1 spot on the viral charts in Britain, Norway and Sweden at the end of June this year. And apparently as well as a huge portion of their listeners didn't even have any clue that the band was 100% AI generated. All the way from the music itself to the actual musicians. After this, Spotify had actually cracked down on AI generated music on their platforms. But still, this sits out as a good example that if you don't know what to look for and listen for, how do you know it's AI generated? Before I talk about the Irish music side of things, I want to be perfectly clear and transparent here, and throughout the video, I myself have dabbled with an AI music engine called Suno. I even used it as background music for a few of my videos a wee while ago. I did this in response to a few comments from viewers on earlier videos saying that they would rather hear some Irish style music in the background rather than the standard basic rock and alternative music that I always used. But these are my honest experience and feelings of using this software, right? I was very impressed at how easy it was. I literally could just write one sentence and then I've got a 3-minute tune. It was so easy and so convenient to use. But honestly, I actually felt a little bit like dirty. Personally, I'm trying to support Irish music and culture, right? Why am I using this? I thought to myself. I shouldn't be using this. And around that time as well, I was talking to one of my music students who is a science writer in a university near me. I asked her what did she think of AI and AI music. She then informed me that actually there is a massive amount of energy needed to run these data centers used for these various AI platforms. And I'll admit, I had no idea. I was absolutely shocked. I was ignorant. So from then on, I stopped using that. At the end of the day, look, we're all human and we make mistakes and we learn from it. What shapes us as the individuals that we are today is which path do we take after making a mistake. But do you know what? I'm glad I used it because now I know what it's like, I know what it sounds like, and I do understand a little bit of the potential behind it. But anyway, for a bit of fun, I want to test you all. Have a listen to these 2 clips and tell me in the comments which one do you think is AI generated and which one is real. Right, so comment down below, and at the end of the video, I'm going to reveal which one is the real clip and which one was the AI generated clip. Now, YouTube. We all love YouTube, right? Most of the time. It's the world's biggest platform for sharing videos. It's amazing, and I personally have learned so much from YouTube. I learned how to play loads of tunes from watching like Martin Hayes' YouTube channel. I have learned how to be a better trad musician by listening to other human musicians playing various tunes, learning from various styles of ornamentation as well. And just in case you're not aware, over the decades and centuries, these various styles of playing Irish music are called regional styles. And they're really beautiful, actually. Like, talking about Ireland in particular, right? You've got the Sliabh style, famous for its polkas and slides, music made for dancing. Then you've got my favourite, the regional style of East Clare, famous for the sliding between notes on the fiddle. And please, 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 if you haven't already, listen to Peggy's Dream by Martin Hayes and the Common Ground Ensemble. It's an absolute masterpiece. These styles grew out of human interaction over centuries, learning how to play music from other people, listening to other people play. Keep that in mind. Human interaction. Now, honestly, I am not going to sit here and name YouTube channels, right? At the end of the day, music is subjective. There are people who like AI music, hate it, or don't even care. But, as we all know, a huge portion of Irish songs are in the public domain. The Wearing of the Green, Danny Boy, Whiskey in the Jar, Roisin Dove. And because of this, people are free to make their own versions of these songs, and even AI-generated versions of them. Now, I'm not an expert on copyright law, okay? But apparently in the US, if content is 100% AI generated with no actual human input, you can't copyright it. However, there is an argument being made by these AI artists, right, that their effort going into fine-tuning the written prompt used to generate the song is meaningful human input. But I seriously draw the line with people using AI to recreate real songs, real tunes, or even worse, by making up a story of an event from like the 1916 Easter Rising and then making a song out of it. And in case it hasn't clicked yet, people are doing this. If you know what to look for, you will see it all over YouTube, especially if you have listened to a song once or twice. The YouTube algorithm is going to push more similar AI music to you. Now, like I said, I'm not going to name channels. I'm going to say that, keep saying that, right? Just to reiterate it. But I believe that on YouTube anyway, if AI content is the core of your video, then you must declare that while uploading the video. There is an option to check, so when you're uploading it. Or they must declare somewhere, whether it be in a description or the about section of their channel, that AI content is the core of their stuff. The next time you are listening to an Irish Rebel song that you have never heard before, or a new band just pops up out of nowhere, playing Whiskey in the Jar, Skibbereen, The Wearing of the Green, whatever it may be, read the description and read the channel about section. The majority of channels I've checked out have declared that their music and video is 100% generated with AI technology. So just be mindful of it, really. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you should or should not listen to, but I am fearful that maybe people don't realize that it's AI generated. Because if you ever read the comments on these videos I'm talking about, genuinely, it seems to me that people are just not aware of it. In my own channel analytics as well, a lot of my viewers come from these AI music or AI Celtic music channels. That's how I found out about it in the first place. Now, why am I even making a video out of this? Seriously, like, why couldn't I just leave this alone? Let AI music run its course. People will learn eventually, right? I'm not trying to sound alarmist, but genuinely, people are actually quite worried about how AI is going to replace millions of jobs across the world in the coming decade, and we're not prepared on how to support these people who have been replaced by it. I had stumbled across a video from Bernie Sanders, and for viewers who aren't from the US, he's a United States Senator. He has a YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers, right? He mentioned briefly that 100 million jobs potentially can be replaced by AI over the next few decades in the United States. The United States has a population of 340 million people, by the way. That's a ridiculously high number. People are talking about how AI, robotics, and self-driving cars, right, are going to replace jobs. But nobody's really talking about the impact on tradition and culture. I guarantee you, right, I want you to imagine this, I absolutely guarantee you that somewhere someone is working on an AI music teacher app where you can give it sheet music and it will teach you the sheet music. Imagine an AI-generated version of Luke Kelly teaching you how to play the fiddle. Sounds pure ridiculous, but convenience is a king. And we, as humans, are always looking for the most convenient option. We absolutely love our shortcuts. If I was listening to me say this 5 years ago, I would have said I was pure crazy. But snapshot before COVID and today, AI is absolutely everywhere. I would be crazy not to be a bit worried about it. Over the centuries, culture and traditions across the globe were shaped by human interaction. For Irish music and stories, they were shared through poets, musicians, family members, neighbours, the community and friends, right? What happens when you have no human poets and musicians? No human character to Irish tunes and songs? No regional styles giving a unique feel to the same song across the country? Irish Rebel songs in particular carry real stories behind them of real men, women and children who had died and suffered. Real events and real emotions. In future, if AI music did take over completely, how can you trust what is a real story or not? Are you going to research it every time you hear a new song and then get annoyed because it's just more AI slop, as they say? Nobody knows. We can only guess what the future will be like. From my own experience in dealing with anxiety throughout my life, being alone can bring a strange comfort with it, right? But also more anxiety. Suddenly, something so simple like going outside is a massive obstacle. Talking to somebody brings a ton of negative thoughts like what ifs and all of this. If more and more human interaction is being shut off, I can only speak from my own experiences here, I fear that it is going to bring with it a lot of mental health issues. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Something a lot of people have shared and discussed with me. In a world being overrun by AI content, people are going to naturally seek out human interaction more. The human experiences will be more valuable. Getting down to the pub to play real music beside real people will be a social gem. I don't know about you, but I really like the sound of that. So what do I want you to take away from this video? AI software is boosting productivity across the globe. This can be amazing for humanity. There is a lot of talk about people losing their jobs in major employment sectors, right? When we talk about AI music, there's a lot of talk about the big major artists having their own work copied by these AI platforms. But what about traditional music? Music is a huge part of Ireland's culture. Not only Ireland, but other countries like Scotland, Spain, India, Japan, China. A lot of songs are in the public domain and are essentially a free-for-all. I'm not dictating what you should listen to. Only be mindful of what you are listening to. Check the text in the description or read the channel about section. To roughly quote the about section of a channel I found, it's off the top of my head. All my music is AI generated. Any smart arse commenters will be immediately blocked from the channel. The one in particular that could possibly do the most damage are the rebel songs. We all just love the history and stories of rebellion. Ireland versus England, an age-old feud, unlimited stories and songs, fake AI-generated rebel ballads about events that never happened just lack taste. I'm not very familiar with the history of other countries, right? But for Ireland, because a lot of written records in Ireland was destroyed about historical events, a lot of the stories of events lived on through song. So essentially you could argue that making up rebel songs with fake stories, without specifically and obviously declaring that it is made up, is just lying about historical events. Oh yeah, and I nearly forgot. Which song did you think was the real tune earlier on? If you picked A, you would be correct. It's a grey area on using AI music and just AI in general, right? But what do you think? Are you concerned for the health of folk music and traditional music? What about the state of it in Irish culture over the next decade? It's surely worth a debate, but at the end of the day, each to their own. If the environmental issues weren't a factor, I would argue that AI music as a supporting role is okay. But where AI-generated content takes the primary role, it lacks any human effort, especially if it's pretending to be something it's not, like an Irish Rebel song. By the way, if you can guess how many times I said AI in this video, including that time, you'll get a special shout out in my next video. Anyway, let's have a rant about it in the comments. So that's it for me. I'll finish up now. I hope you're having a great day no matter where you are in the world. Slán go fóill. Cheers.